racers and fans to gather around. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks for joining us for our landmark 40th season. We are your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are you? Great to see you here. Thanks for joining us at this beautiful occasion on the marina in Waukegan, Illinois. This is the 44th annual Bars, Motorsports, and Custom Car Show. Mike Babbitts is BARS, if you didn't figure that out by now, and he's sitting with us. So we want to welcome you to our April 20th edition of the Racing Roundup Show. It is our first D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow of our 40th season of our program. We are America's longest running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience, thus the American flag on my hat. Why not, right? Let's make a theme out of this. There's a lot of hats given out today as well for the participants, and Mike will get into us in a moment who all is involved in bringing you today's program. It's a quick hour drive south of the Old Hills Corner Speedway, and the car show is free to attend and runs till 4 p.m. today. The show is made possible, our show is made possible each week by great sponsors. You can find them on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Click by and support our sponsors, please, as they make this show possible. Thank you, Wilmot Raceway, the Kenosha County Fair, Adams Towing and Clover, Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells, Red Lakes Dragway, where this weekend starts points racing for several classes, Badger Kart Club, Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego, and we welcome a new sponsor among many, Ware's Machine. Thank you to Chad Wares and the gang there. We encourage you to tune in or set your DVRs to enjoy our Saturday TV show. It airs every Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. on CW18 Milwaukee. This show will not be part of that. We take our Tuesday shows and compile the great moments of our Tuesday programs. So that's already being taped and aired today at 11:30 from our Tuesday show. You'll want to tune in for that each and every Saturday. It's 30 minutes taken from our Tuesday shows. We know you enjoy it. We're live at our first D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow happening here at the Let's Go Racing Motorsports and Custom Car Show. Let's welcome in the man behind the organization of it all, Mike Babbitts. Welcome back to the show. It's been, 3 or 4 days since we had you?
Right, yeah. Jim, thank you very much. We're very excited to be back here for the 44th Let's Go Racing Motorsports and Custom Car Show presented by Larry Roebuck, and we're going to have Larry on a little bit, so I won't tell a whole lot about Larry. He can talk about himself, but I will tell you, he was the first car here this morning. He was the first car here.
Are you surprised? He's been a part of every one of these, hasn't he?
He's been a part in some way of every one of these, either as a driver, as a longtime sponsor, and he's just a great friend and a great supporter. So glad to have Larry with us. Also want to thank Jack's Helmet and Designs, Grand Appliance and TV, B&L Office Furniture. Guy to my left here, Scott Carpenter. We're going to talk to him in a couple of minutes.
Racer. Why not get your office furniture from a racer? We'll talk to Scott about what he does on the weekends when he's not selling office furniture.
Right. Matt Roebuck, who happens to be Larry's son, and Goodwin Performance. They're helping us out with the show. Mark and Tony Maglio and Bodycraft, they've been involved in racing virtually forever. They are great supporters of not only Wilmot Raceway, but the Bumper to Bumper IRA Sprint Cars and Founders Night that's going to be coming up Memorial Day weekend. They helped to add some money to the purse for that great event, so we'll be looking forward to that. A-Main Apparel, I have to thank Aaron. He did an awesome job helping us out with our logos and a lot of other things. And I had a good thing. I kept having more sponsors.
Oh, okay.
And so I had to have more logos added to the flyer.
Okay. That's a good answer. There's a lot of support for the area, a lot of support for you, Mike. That's great.
Right. And MLS Auto Clinic, the hats are provided by Eddie and Debbie Boyd of MLS Auto Clinic. Ryan Marshall, who is their driver, is going to be on a little bit later with you to talk about not only his racing, but also talk about all the support that Eddie and Debbie Boyd and MLS Auto Clinic on Highway 50 and Paddock Lake give to racing in general. So we want to thank them very, very much for that support. And also Steve Sinclair and the Interstate Racing Association. Steve, a longtime friend of mine. As we were talking just the other day, he remembered, when he was younger, going to the old Lakehurst shows that we had for a lot of years, and he would go there, and some of the drivers that drove for his dad, Reed, also would bring their cars to the show. So Steve, thank you, Steve Sinclair. I know he would have liked to have been with us today in one respect, but in another respect, the IRA's got their season opener thanks to Mother Nature last week and last night even. So they are up at Beaver Dam and going to be racing up at Beaver Dam.
Looking good, man.
I actually heard from him this morning, wishing us well down here. And I returned the well wishes that they have a great race up there tonight. So definitely want to thank. And also Tony Jenkins is coming down. Wilmot Raceway does have a practice tonight. They're not going to start till 4:30, so people can come down here, see the cars. Some of these cars are going to practice. But Tony is coming down to inspect any of the IRA cars that are here, the wingless. If we have any 410s, which I don't think we will, because they're probably headed toward Beaver Dam. And way back, we all had a little different colored hair and all that fun stuff. So I also want to thank Whitmore's service. They came on and actually Tom Eller is supposed to be here somewhere. For that is Randy and Great Lakes Dragaway. So we've got information on Great Lakes Dragaway, and also I want to thank Jenny and Chris at Wilmot Raceway. They helped us out. All the awards that we're going to give away a little bit later.
I don't have
are sponsored by them. We have the traditional clock. We give a clock to the best appearance overall in the show. That has been a tradition since day one, and it's been sponsored by Larry Roebuck or his former service station.
Had him walking for a lot of years. So we've got the traditional clocks, and we also have a clock that is going to go to one of the youngsters that has their vehicle or race vehicle here. That's in memory of his late grandma, Lois Hatford. So we've got two clocks that are going to be given out.
That's cool.
And of course, you got to have clocks so that you can make sure you're at the races on time.
That is true. That is true.
So it's just great, and we've also got a lot of different folks on display. We've got Riddick's Ride over here, which we're going to get one of their reps to come talk to you a little bit later to tell you what that's all about.
It's a great activity for a great cause. We'll tease you with that.
Yeah, there you go. And we also have some information on a NASCAR Give-a-thon that we just found out about May 14th and 15th, which I don't know.
Give us the goods on that.
It's NASCAR and their foundation is working with different local organizations that help out with substance abuse, mental health, kids and that. And they are supporting a local organization that I'm actually on the development board of, NICASA, the Northern Illinois Council on Alcoholism and Substance Abuse. And there's going to be more information. There's going to be links. We'll get it to you so you can get it to the folks that tune in to Racing Roundup. It's going to be May 14th and 15th. Also, another organization that I happen to belong to, the Knights of Columbus, is going to have a pancake breakfast tomorrow. If you're still around there, Jim,
When?
Tomorrow.
I will not be around tomorrow.
6:30 a.m. to 11:30 at the former St. Peter's up in Antioch.
Okay.
I'll
be at Slinger Super Speedway tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
it's their season opening.
I'll have your share of pancakes.
Please do. Hope it's all I can eat. Dig in.
And also coming up in a little bit, the Shadow Club RC Drifters are actually going to be drifting on the street over here. So they're on their way down, and we're going to, if it works out logistically, we're going to get them on with you as well. And we also have Barb. I see her there, the license plate garage lady. She's got. Where are you set up there, Barb?
Okay, she's right here in the main plaza.
Over on the main plaza.
Yep.
Okay, you're welcome to come in here if you like, and join everybody in here. It's up to you. So nothing like logistically moving things around on live.
You're running the show, Mike. It happens.
Got to fix things once in a while, Also, and this is Larry Roebuck went on the honor flight back in October. The Bodycraft Pace truck went on the escort up and back to Mitchell Airport up there in Milwaukee. I'm fortunate enough next weekend, a week from today, I will be in Washington, D.C. with my veteran, Frank, who is a Air Force veteran from the Cold War and is almost 91 years old, Jim, and he goes to the gym every day and works out. So I'm supposed to make sure everything's okay with him next weekend. I think he's going to have to make sure everything's okay with me next weekend. So
you're going to have a good time. It's going to be great. I know you talked a lot about it, and I know it's going to be a wonderful experience for everybody going on that honor flight. And it's out of Milwaukee Mitchell Airport. So
out of Mitchell.
Sunday they land back at what time? 6 o'clock.
Somewhere's in there. We'll get the word to you, and you can get it out to the folks that tune in, and we invite everybody to come by. It's a sight to see. It is unbelievable, and we are looking forward to that. So we're excited about that as well. And we do have some folders here, some notebooks that folks can sign and leave a little note to the veterans, and I'm going to get those in their mailbag that they get on Saturday night.
Okay.
So we've got that set up. I mean, this, as you know, Jim, I learned a lot of this from Gordy Sill, that gave me my start in racing, Ray and Joan Toft, Debbie and Andy Callan, the Simons family, Marie Winker, Joe Rowe, Steve Sinclair. I've worked with a lot of promoters over the years, and the Deary family. We are having a racers reunion for Ghost Tracks today, so we hope some folks from Ghost Tracks come in. Mm-hmm. And I know there are some because I'm one of them. I started at Waukegan, and then it's not there anymore. Kevin Dawson always said, you want a racetrack to close, you have Mike Babbitt's announce at it.
Wow. Okay.
But your show's not going to close. And
better not. We're 40 years into this, Mike. We're kind of stuck.
Well, and I was kidding them, too, the other day. I said, we're moving the motorsports show to the harbor. I can't close the harbor. The harbor's always going to be here.
Beautiful. It really is beautiful down here, I'm telling you. And Bob, who owns this beautiful pavilion we're in, this is a band show we're hanging out in. They have music every Friday and Saturday night, 4 or 5 nights a week. There's something going on here at the Waukegan Harbor and Marina. It's really a nice setup here, and there's boats docked here. I see the birds are flying. It's a nice calm day. It's a nice causeway, and I'm looking straight out to my right, out to Lake Michigan. So this is a really nice location.
Yep, Greentown on the rocks here. We appreciate his support, and I cannot thank enough Robbie Kutzler. Robbie and I have known each other for a lot of years. I don't know where Robbie's hiding at.
I see Faye Hendricks. You asked about where's Faye.
There's
She's
Faye.
Here. She's here.
There's Faye. Yeah. So glad to have you, Faye. And Robbie Kutzler, this began with a phone call back in September. I called him on a Tuesday. I said, Robbie, I'd like to bring the motorsports show to the harbor. He goes, we got an agreement right now.
Wow.
And he says, you and I will meet on Thursday, and we'll finalize it. We met on Thursday in his office, and actually my wife, Kathy, who's manning the registration booth right now, she looked up at the massive calendar and said, you know when we're going to have it? We're going to have it on April 20th.
There we go. Why April 20th, Mike?
Well, it happens to be the anniversary of my birth.
Happy birthday, Mike Babbitt.
And Faye's singing to me. Oh, my goodness. And and here comes Whitmore's bringing in Tom Eller's sprinters.
There you go.
as we speak. So, again, this is fantastic. We've just had a lot of support from everybody. Mother Nature actually has been kind of nice to us with at least blue skies for the most part. And it was much warmer here when I got here this morning than it was when I left my house in Antioch.
Really? Well, with the sun out, it's great. With the sun out, not out, guess what? We're sturdy. We are here. We want to be here supporting this event against the 44th Bars Let's Go Motorsports and Custom Car Show. No. We have with us a friend of yours you talked into coming here, but in more than one way. He's a racer. He's supporting this event. I followed him into the grounds here at the harbor. Scott Carpenter, thanks for joining us on the program, and thanks for bringing the race car. This is pretty neat to have you here. How much fun are you having?
Having a good time. You know, there's a lot of cool cars out there to look at and talk to, and you know, everybody's pretty friendly, and you want to talk to them about their car, they'll tell you all about it. You know?
I put some pictures out on our Facebook page, Racing Roundup, the Racing Roundup Show on Facebook. You were taking pictures as soon as people were offloading. Where can we find more of the pictures of the cool stuff that you've taken pictures of and posted?
Well, I put them on Facebook, too.
Where at?
Under Scott Carpenter.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good.
My own personal. Yeah.
So look for that. We've got a lot, and the cars literally are still rolling in here to this car show. It's open until 4 o'clock today to everybody. The sun's back shining. This is going to be great. Scott, tell us more about B&L Office Furniture, and your support of this show is important. Tell us about your business.
Yeah, so we've been in Kenosha for a little over 40 years now. It's a family-owned and operated business. Dad started it, about mid-'80s, early '80s, I think '83, something like that. And, and so we've been there. We're a mid-market, new and used office furniture dealer. And so we deal with, of course, new and used furniture, things you can use in your shop. As far as furniture, you need a chair, a stool, something like that.
Yeah.
Workbenches, tables, storage cabinets, different types of shelving. But, we have our store in Kenosha, 5403 52nd Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday 9 to 1. And we are a full operating family business. I'm there, my wife's there, my sister's there. Dad sometimes still comes in, not as often. But,
That is really cool. We're going to talk more about your racing in a moment. Mike, you have a very urgent message.
I have
to tell us what.
Urgent message, because we may have a huge influx of cars momentarily.
Okay.
And for all the ones that were going to go to practice today at Wilmot, it has been postponed.
Oh.
They are going to practice tomorrow.
Okay.
The pit gates will open at 1 o'clock. And they're going to put you on the track about 3:30. So no practice today, and I got a feeling we may see some more race cars showing up here momentarily because, there's no practice now. The word's getting out there that there's no practice, and they're going to do it tomorrow. Again, 1 o'clock, the pit gates will open up, and they're going to put cars on the track about 3:30. And try to get it wrapped up before dark, actually. So
come on down.
That's the latest news. Tony Jenkins just gave us that bulletin.
So hang a left towards Waukegan if you're coming from the north. If you're coming from the south, hang a right instead of left to go to Wilmot Raceway today.
Yep, and then that means also we can stay here and party longer.
Yes, we can.
My birthday party can go on longer.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Now, speaking of party, Mike, you have been part of Wilmot Raceway and part of local racing here in this area for a long, long time, and you're very active and involved in it. When you get a guy like Scott Carpenter saying, I want to be part of this show, he's also a racer. How much fun is that knowing you've got that relationship and every division is represented here today?
That is fantastic, and because I tell you, Scott's joined me on the mic. I grabbed him last year on a week that he wasn't racing, and he was my color commentator at Wilmot.
Right.
And then he and I co-announced Nathan Crane's big go-kart deal that he does up by Brookfield. We co-announced that on Facebook Live.
Wow.
When was it? A couple months ago, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I guess we didn't screw up bad enough because they've asked us to come back in November when they do it again.
Wow. When you volunteer for things, people want you back. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We had the right word. We said free. We'll do it for free.
There you go.
So anyway, yeah, and we've talked. We've actually become very good friends because we rode up to the go-kart event together. And we shared a lot, not only about racing but life.
Sure, yeah.
And we've just become very, very good friends. Yeah. He's helping me out with the podcast and my home studio. He's got a raised table, And
I'm guessing he had access to office furniture to make sure it looked good.
He just happened to have some access to
Right.
that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's actually bringing me my set. My set is here. He had planned on dropping it off on the way to practice. So maybe he'll drop it off on the way to. We're going somewhere for dinner after we're done with this now. Now since there's no practice, we're going to find some place to go for dinner.
Got free time.
So Scott, how long have you been racing before you turned into the microphone star you are?
This will be my 5th year.
Okay.
5th year racing with the Bandits. That's a great series to race with. Super friendly people out there. We're like a big family back there. We all hang out in the back pits where everybody that shows up late has to go. That's where we're at.
But I love the candy apple orange. Is that what I want to call it? Candy apple orange? Is it a copper? What color is that beautiful?
I believe.
Bandit.
So that's a Nissan Sentra,
All
and
right.
the color of it is volcanic orange, and that's the factory color on it. And so when I posted pictures online on Facebook showing what I was doing on these Nissan pages, the purist really got upset that I was taking a volcanic orange Sentra and turning it into
Because those
a
also be
stock car.
sent to the garage and never driven and just looked at, right?
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
showpieces.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it must be a rare color. I don't know, but I thought it was such a flashy color. I might as well just leave it that
It's
way. You can see
And
me.
I must tell you that on the back, you can put anything you want. There's different phrases and sayings. You've got a license plate on the back. What does it say?
Send it.
Got to do what you got to do, right? Sending it.
Yeah. That's a
fun.
warning for the people behind me, too. Watch out.
Yeah.
You don't know where it's going to go.
Brake pedal optional, is that what you're telling me? Brake
Yeah.
pedal optional. Yeah. Who's helping you on that race car as far as your sponsors or your friends or your crew guys and gals?
Yeah, so Great American Tire in Kenosha, they're one of my sponsors. They help me out with tires, alignments. Tim up there and the guys are great people. He helps me out with some mechanical things if I have issues I can't solve or figure out. Luisa's Pizza in Salem, they sponsor me. And then, of course, B&L Office Furniture. They sponsor me and help me out in some areas. We use the company van to get the car back and forth to the track. Dad's cool with that.
Yep.
And, for now, that's it. So if anybody wants to chip in, I got some open spots.
Yes, you do.
And at a good price,
It's
too.
going to look great. That car is nice and flashing. It could use a few more stickers on there, if you know what I mean. Help you out and go racing.
Maybe the Let's Go Racing Motorsports report can get a spot on there. We'll negotiate.
You guys can figure that out.
And actually, a couple other quick things I got to get in here is Force One Performance, the Irwin family. They are here and participating and have again been a supporter of this show here. And I appreciate that, and also helping to get you down here. They helped us do that.
Thank you.
So we appreciate that, the Irwin family. And we were talking one time that I go back to when they were pretty small, and they're not small anymore, as we can see out there. But
So you have a few more props here to show us. What do you have,
I
Mike?
have a few more props. And also, the Maligs. Mike Malig is out here. We've got a bags thing going on.
These are the nicest boards I've ever seen. They're really dialed up nice. They have a racing theme. There's some monster bags. They're themed all together, and it's a for fun cornhole tournament here today as well.
Right.
And anybody who enters, all that money goes to the kids that are supporting
the kids that are here.
Yep.
And Lucky Dogs. We want to thank Lucky Dogs Bags and Swag. They did those boards
Great.
and that. And actually, they've got Mike's got some kind of we can promote. Give chance things or
Sure.
no?
Yeah. Come on down and figure it out. We want you here.
Go talk to Mike, and there's a way you can win something.
Yeah, there you go.
So we covered that. Yeah, I got a few things here. First of all, when we were on your show Tuesday, we showed this. And we showed it to folks, and we said, if they got this correct,
Yes.
they got a pair of tickets to Wilmot Raceway.
Did someone win the tickets?
Someone win the tickets. There has been a protest filed.
So the driver and the track has to be identified, and you found someone that knew that answer. At our show, our Racing Roundup show is always in front of a live audience, and somebody is smart enough to say, I know who that is.
Yeah, but you know what they did? They took their cell phone and they kept making it larger because the driver's name is on the top of the car.
Technology does rule every now and then, doesn't
so we filed a protest on that. We're still going to let them have the tickets.
Okay.
But if today
Yep.
Do not bring your cell phone up and look at it.
But we have to give him the answer now. We're done teasing.
Oh, that's
Who is
right.
it?
We're done teasing.
Yeah.
Dave Watson, the last time he ever drove a race car on dirt.
Wow.
This was at the Waukegan Speedway on a Tuesday night, dirt late model special. This is a house car from Tri-City Buggy that he had brought in so that he could race with us. He had to go through the B main, but he went through the B main and he made the feature event. This is the very last time he ever drove a car on dirt.
Cool.
So that's Mr. Watson.
Neat.
Now, I got something here, and he was supposed to be here, but I don't know if he made it or not, to be honest. This is the panel from somebody's car.
That's between the next to the driver on the left-hand side of the car, right-hand
Yep.
side of the car, between the roll cages.
Yep. And it's on a sprint car.
Okay.
It's off of a sprint car. If you can tell me whose car this came off of, then I will give you a pair of tickets to Wilmot Raceway.
It's purple.
It's purple. Now,
I only know one guy drives purple cars.
The significance,
Sprint
though,
cars.
is Kids and Racers for Victory. We had a program that I did called Kids and Racers for Victory. And we had drivers that would put these decals on their cars and drive all over the country. We had a driver, I'm forgetting his name right now, from Canada that had a decal that he put on his car. And we encourage kids to just say no to drugs, to have a good life,
Yep.
and do good things. And that's why it's Kids and Racers for Victory. And that's why it's on here. This particular driver was a big supporter of the program. So if you can tell me whose panel this is, you get a pair of tickets to Wilmot Raceway.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just giving, we're not racing today, so I might as well let everybody go up there.
We're having a ball.
And the last thing I want to show you, this I'm pretty proud of, and it's probably worth more than my Mustang over there from Victor Ford, that has been a pace car at Wilmot and at Lake Geneva, where we got married, thanks to Kevin Dawson. This Bars
16th annual.
16th annual.
We're at the 44th right now
At that
today.
time was sponsored by J&L Oil and the late Gene Wright, is autographed by
The King, Richard Petty.
the King, Richard Petty. Underneath that is my credential, because I was down there for the test day back in 1993.
At Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That was the first time Cup cars were on the racetrack.
Right, and that is also autographed by Richard Petty. I was fortunate enough, I was doing a television show at the time, that he actually let us interview him while his race car was practicing. I mean, we're on pit road at Indianapolis interviewing the King as his car is driving by.
That was the year after he retired, so he was not in the car at the time. He was on pit road.
But he donated his car during that event to the museum.
Oh, okay.
And we got to actually follow him going. I mean, and the man is class.
Yep.
The man is class, second to none. And that is probably one of my most cherished. and that's why it's still dirty.
So come on down and check it out. It's on display at the table inside this beautiful Waukegan Marina. This harbor marina is really cool. We're hanging out with you here at the show. Mike, thank you for being part of this. Feel free to stop back up. We're going to have a bunch of other guests on the show that are part of this 44th annual Bars Motorsports and Custom Car Show. It's here today till 4 o'clock in Waukegan. The address is on our website. Just make sure you turn on Clayton Avenue as you head closer to the harbor and find the great cars in the parking lot right by the fancy wrapped in white plastic boats ready to go in the water here at the Waukegan Marina. Scott Carpenter, thank you.
Thank you.
Business address again in Kenosha.
5403 52nd Street, Kenosha.
B&L Office Furniture. Stop by and see the racers there and see them race on a Saturday night at Wilmot, but not today because practice has been canceled. We'll be back with more on this Roadshow edition. Thanks to our friends at D'Angelo's Construction. In a moment, stick around.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
For your next Purger project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfill. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Get ready to accelerate your productivity with the Midwest's largest forklift distributor. Walter Inc. offers top-tier brands including Lindy, Doosan, and Bobcat forklifts. With 17 locations across the Midwest, Walter is the go-to source for high-performance forklifts and material handling solutions, and is fueled by a passion for short-track racing. Count on Walter's 60-plus years of experience to increase your productivity. Walter is hiring too. Explore their unbeatable lineup of forklift solutions and more at walterinc.com. Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Oh, I hear something. I hear it. I like to hear it. I want to hear more of it. Let's get that baby fired up. We got a vintage modified sitting over here with the wing on it, one of the first renditions of a modified with a wing on it. We're hoping to talk to the owner of that car. I took a picture of it. It's on our Facebook page about this event, and I can hear the idle. Can you hear it? Ah, I love that purr. Love the purr. Love the purr. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I love it a lot. I think a big smile is not only on my face, but everybody here at the 44th Annual Bars Motorsports and Custom Car Show. We're hanging out at the Let's Go Racing Motorsports and Custom Car Show. We're hanging out at the Waukegan Marina. It's a lot of fun. A lot of cars are on display, and one of the first two cars I saw on display were here before I even got here. One is outside the fence here with the Grand Appliance logo on it big, and one is not so big, but it's got Grand Appliance on it as well. Let's welcome in the next generation of racers, Jimmy Sivia and his son Colin Sivia. Guys, thanks for coming on the show. Colin, when your car rolled up here, it's right by the stage. I took a picture of it. It's on our Facebook page now. I'm like, man, I would like to drive that, but I know I can't fit. You're lucky there. I'm sure a lot of racers are like, can I try that out? Can I try that out? It's got to be pretty neat having your car here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
How long have you had your race car? It's a quarter midget with a wing on it. It's a micro, right?
Well, I've raced outlaw karts for...
Yeah, we got about a year in it, and he's been racing all winter long down indoor stuff and down in Missouri.
No way.
Yeah, when he was just missed the championship, finished second, and that kart there is just about 2 races old. We just got it, and we got rid of the one that we ran for about half the winter, and now we got this one here, and we just got it all lettered up, and we're gonna start. He's got his first outdoor race maybe next weekend out near Iowa.
Wow.
So
Jimmy Sivia bragging up on his son for good reason. You guys are hard at this. How much fun is that knowing you're racing against different guys all over the place, Colin?
It's really fun, and it's also really helpful for my racecraft, and because I'm racing against other people and not just racing at the same track. And yeah.
How many cars do you end up racing against in the class you race in now?
10 plus karts.
Okay.
Yeah, anywhere from 10 to 15. You know, on a good night, maybe get 20. So that's our plan this year, is to go to some different tracks where the car count is pretty good. You know, got a good following, and you race against some really good competition, get him better, and you know, you are what you race against. So.
We're hanging out with racers here. The Sivia family. Jimmy is a past champion of the Wisconsin wingless sprint cars, and I see your car is here ready to go. How often are you going to race that car this year, Jimmy?
Yeah, our plan is to run the whole wingless schedule, which we got a pretty extensive schedule this year with them. More shows than the last couple of years, and a little bit more traveling. So we're looking forward to that. And we're actually going to go run practice tonight at Wilmot just to shake the car down a little bit before next weekend at Plymouth. But we've just found out that they postponed that till tomorrow. So we'll do it tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit warmer, but we'll take it.
How much work goes into getting a car ready season to season? I know you've had to build one in a week or a couple of days' time.
You got it.
I remember that occasion. I'm sure you do as well.
Yep, definitely. No, we've been tweaking on it. We draw it out all winter long. I'm lucky I got some good help between Larry Roebuck and Matt Roebuck and my son and my father and my uncles. We got a good team, and everybody pitches in all winter long, and we go through every nut and bolt on it and get everything freshened up, and it shows. The car looks good, and we take pride in what we do. So
absolutely do it. I know that everything is that's sometimes the last thing people worry about. You know how important it is, though, to make sure that car is ready.
For
and
sure,
everything looks right.
Yeah, I mean,
very important.
It is. He knows. I try to instill that in him. Races are won in the garage, so you got to take pride in everything you do, and just the attention to detail. So that's what we do, and luckily we don't have too many part failures and stuff. Only when I decide to stick it in a wall every now and then, or run out of talent.
Colin, have you had any incidents yet that you have to think about and go, "Wow, that was kind of wild"?
We've had quite a few incidents. My last race, the throttle stuck.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, the throttle bar, or whatever you want to call it.
Throttle was hanging up on it.
It's stuck.
Yeah.
And the cart in front of me spun out, and I went into the wall and destroyed the whole cart.
So you missed him, missed the cart in front of you, but the wall found you.
Yeah, that was the first race on that cart.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, we broke it in, no doubt. We got some wreck parts on it right off the get-go, but he still, granted he hit the wall, he still did a good job trying to avoid hitting anybody else or whatever. So we got that out of the way. So now hopefully that's gone and over with, and we can get back to running up front and winning races.
And they are styling and profiling their sprint cars to the core is what they live and breathe. I know that the Stenhouse Junior Racing hat on Colin is something you mentioned you got at a World of Outlaw event, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you get anybody to sign it? Did you hang out with Hodenschild? What'd you do?
No, I didn't get anyone to sign it.
All right.
But
Why are you a fan of those guys?
Well, Sheldon drove for my uncle one race, and I've always been a really good friend of Sheldon's, and I like Sheldon.
That's pretty cool.
There's times where he'll be out there racing, and he comes in, and I got to tell him, hey, we're not running the hot line today, you know what I mean? You got to take it down a notch, when he's trying to hot rod it up.
But Sheldon likes to run high, so
yeah,
that's where I got to be.
Yep, you got it. Yeah. It'll be, now, so this would be, this past winter was Colin's first series racing with a wing on. He ran flat karts for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And now we're switching over to the wing stuff here. And so this will be his first summer, full summer schedule running with a wing on. So looking forward to that, and doing some more traveling and stuff, and just getting used to running open wheel car. Go karts, they got fenders on them.
Yep.
So. It's going to get him, more antiquated for, maybe in the next couple of years getting in a full-size wingless car or a wing car, whatever it may be. But it'll be coming soon.
Jimmy, you're going to be racing a lot this year. Colin's racing a lot this year. How are you managing and splitting up your crews, if need be, on the weekend?
Just thankful that I have a wife and my daughter that support us majorly, and because it takes
dedication.
It takes dedication. When we're not working on my race car, we work on my race car 2 nights a week, sometimes 3.
The other 2 or 3 nights, we're working on my race car and then the race.
And so it's between, I think on our schedule we got 24, 25 races, and then he's
22 races for me.
Yeah, he's got 22 on his, so that's 40, 45 shows. Pretty much every weekend. Some of our shows, we got 2-3 shows a weekend. So it's going to be busy, but this is what we do.
Yep.
So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
And Colin, I know you're ready for the challenge, but there's a lot you must now know to work on your race car and fix and adjust, because you've got people around you. But when Dad's racing and you're racing, you're going to make more of the decisions. How much fun is that for you, knowing that you've got a lot to say now? It's not just I wanted to go faster. This is what you need to change, Dad. No, it's like, I need to make the change, and this is why, and it's now your brain and your right foot doing the work.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. My dad, my grandpa, all of my dad's crew, they taught me a lot, and my dad lays a lot of leeway onto me on the race cars, and I enjoy it.
And what do you want to do first when you get on the outdoor schedule? What's the first thing you want to accomplish?
I want to get a win and not wreck.
Attaboy. That's it. That's what I want to. I want to get a win, Dad. I just want to go fast, man. So yeah, we look forward to it.
Now, Colin, I know you got some sponsors on the car. Who's all involved with your racing operation?
Johnny Z's Poorhouse, Twisted Cuisine, RLB Hydraulics, Mortgage Oaks Farm, Goodwin Performance, my grandpa's Hot Rod Shop, Grand Appliance and TV, Custom Signs by Beaver Dog, MLS Auto Clinic, Trifinity Specialized Distribution, the Herminator, TR's Front Row, Smoke and Pig Express.
That about covers it, I think.
And I think that's about it. I'm sorry if I missed you. But
Oh, he said good one. Yeah, good one performance. That's coming from Matt. Matt's here in the crowd. Yeah.
Sensi by Jessica Sivia. And,
Mom, that'd be Mom.
Whitmore's Record Service, and that's about it.
Wow. And where can we find your schedule of where you're racing? Are you putting it out on social anywhere? You have your own
Well,
website, Dad's website?
We really don't. We don't really have a schedule, but when we do, we'll put it on Colin Sivia Racing on Facebook.
Okay.
And
Colin Sivia Racing. 1 L on Colin, right?
Yep.
Colin Sivia Racing. And then we're going to find out the winter pictures. I'm sure will be there and plentiful, is what your plan is.
Yes.
That's cool. Jimmy, we have another guest joining us. Could you please introduce him properly to the crowd?
Yeah, this is Larry Robach, and he's a big part of this show here, and he's also a huge part of my race team, and also helps us out with counts too. So, Larry?
Glad to be here.
Welcome to the show, Larry. Thank you so much. Mike Babbitts has talked highly of you for a very good reason. He said you've been involved with this show. It's 44 years now running. You've been involved with all of them.
Not quite all of them.
All right.
Few of them, when I sold the business, I backed out a little bit. He had others in, but I've always helped Mike with everything. Mike's just a darn good friend, a very good friend. He promotes everything. A very nice guy. So I help him when I can, whenever we can.
And your son Matt is with Goodwin Appliance.
Goodwin Performance. Snowmobile Performance.
Okay, Performance. Did I see the sign on the way in? Did I drive past it?
Yep.
I thought I did. Yeah.
Get your guys some BAM.
He basically runs Goodwin Performance up there. He does everything up there.
Yeah, I had it written down wrong. I apologize. So what do you get to do now that you don't have a real job and a full-time job? You support racers and go racing?
Yeah, I go to quite a bit of races. I've got a 62 Impala. I go to car shows.
Is that what I saw? The white one over there?
Yeah, the white one. That's
beautiful.
Mine. Yes, that's mine. Thank you. No, I do that. I do odd jobs, and the kids are always calling, Dad, you got nothing to do today. I need this done, So that's the way it works.
He's not nodding. He's just smiling, saying, "Yeah, we can kind of count on Dad, right, Matt?" Yeah, he's over here hanging out with us.
I run for Goodwin, pick up parts and stuff like that for them, and. How
much enjoyment do you get out of staying involved in racing like you do with Jimmy Sivia, and then Jimmy's like, hey, I think we're going to get Colin going racing. Okay, let's do that.
I enjoy Jimmy is a darn good racer. He takes criticism, and believe me, I give him the criticism.
He sure does.
You do?
He
okay.
Sure does.
All right, okay.
So I always look forward to it on Mondays, hearing what I did wrong or what I did right, or look forward to it.
Yeah, I tell him, and he tells me to be quiet sometimes, but I know he knows what he's doing. I couldn't drive half as good.
Nah, Larry's a big part. He does all the motor work between him and my Uncle Bo's. They're there even when I'm not there. So the same with Matt. They're at the shop, and doing everything that needs to do. And luckily, he's just right around the corner from the shop, so it's easy.
This is not at all humorous. You are way involved in getting that engine tuned right for the wingless car to win as many races as he has. That's amazing.
I maintain it.
Yep.
Help maintain it. Go through the valves and plugs and watch them and make sure he's got heat in the engine before he goes out.
Which is it's huge. It takes a huge. Off of my plate, I don't have to worry about none of that. I come in and he's already doing his thing, whatever he thinks or we fired the thing up. We fired it up last weekend at the shop. The thing was within a degree of being timed in perfect. And he adjusted just a little bit. Sounded right. We didn't have no problems, no leaks, no nothing. And it's ready to go. So that's huge.
Yes.
You know?
And Larry, what do you let Colin do to be your assistant, or is he kind of doing his own thing now on other parts of the car?
He's the crew chief.
Yeah.
We have to listen to him.
Me and Matt got this joke because we're both crew chiefs on my dad's car,
Really?
according to the tail tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're 50% because I'm going to miss half the shows and he's going to miss half the shows. So Dad will have a crew chief no matter what.
Yep. I'll have somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong, no doubt.
Oh, that's amazing. Hey, what I'm holding on to here is pretty amazing as well, Larry. This is the 1969 Best Appearing Car at the Bars Car Show, sponsored by Larry's Mobile, your business. Mm-hmm. This trophy's been here a few years. That means you've had some involvement in racing for a long time here, so thank you.
Well, I raced myself. I raced at Waukegan Speedway, ran 2 years out there. In fact, that's where I met Mike at years ago. I raced late models, and so that's how I got involved. That's how I met Mike, and then it just developed into sponsoring the car shows, going from there. So I have been around a long time doing it for him. Yes.
So, Larry, as we encourage folks to come here to Waukegan, it's a beautiful area. We're on the marina, right on the water. Yeah. Driving through downtown, really cool downtown. There's a lot to see and do here on the lake. I mean, there's something going on all the time. So I encourage you to spend an early Saturday hanging out here. How far away is the motorcycle ride from here to, say, Waukegan Speedway, where it used to be, from the harbor?
Oh, what, about 3 miles?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah.
Yep. It's probably a 5-10 minute ride down the road.
Yeah, just right out Washington Street.
Yep, straight shot almost from here.
And then when you're done doing that and hanging out and having a burger in town, we're going to go to the Wilmot Raceway. How far away from that?
We're 40 minutes or so. Yeah, so we love it. Not far at all.
In fact, I used to come down if it would rain in Waukegan. If we got rained out here, I would shoot up to Wilmot if it wasn't raining there, and I'd race up there.
Wow.
Just run up there.
Do you have any cars left other than your beautiful '62 Impala?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
A race car is a lot of fun, a lot of money, a lot of time. That Impala, get in it, drive it, come home, wipe it off, put it in the garage, drive it again, So not a lot of work into that, but I enjoy that. Matt and I went on the Hot Rod Power Tour a couple of years ago. Yes.
How was that?
Had a blast.
Because that's what, 20 or up to 20 different cities you could visit, something like that?
No. On the Hot Rod Power Tour, they have 5 different stops.
Oh, okay.
Each day you get up in the morning, you leave, you go to the next stop. It's just the tour between the stops that's the fun. And because you stop, you talk to people, stop at stations, side of the road, have fun, just talk to people.
Yeah.
Because the venues are the same at every stop. So you'll see all the cars. It's just thousands of cars on the road, all types of cars, motorhomes, new cars, old cars. Matt went with me, excellent navigator, because I'm going down the road, and a lot of the people are turning left. No, Dad, we go right.
Uh-huh.
Bigger than heck, you turn right, and here they come, following me, But a lot of fun. Him and I, we stopped, looked at racetracks along the way.
Nice.
Dirt tracks. It's 5 miles over here. Let's shoot over and look at it, and we did.
Well, I'm going to give some advice to Matt. Don't get out of the passenger seat. Time with Dad is too valuable. Don't look for your own car. Hang out with Dad and tell him where he needs to go. Yeah.
We travel a lot together.
That's
There's a lot of nights. I give Matt credit. Well, let's go here. And no, I don't feel like it. Get ready. We're going. So it works.
How special is that? That's pretty cool.
Matt went on the Lake County Honor Flight with me. I'm going to put a plug in from them if you don't mind while I'm here. I was hesitant to go because it brings back memories.
Mm-hmm. And you already were on the flight.
Yes.
There's another one going this weekend.
We went last fall, and Matt talked me into going. He went with me, and big help.
Oh, man.
And we had a blast.
What a day, huh?
It was very cool.
We had a blast out there, and it's very good. In fact, Mike Babbitts is going on the next one next weekend.
Yeah.
He's leaving. He's going as a guardian, which that means a lot to the veterans.
Yep. And I think that brings a lot to fore about priorities, right, in life.
Yeah.
You want to spend time with your family. You want to have this kid hang out, do as good as he does behind the wheel
look
talking.
At these two.
Right now.
His dad, him.
Right. That's what this whole racing thing. It works out. Matt and his father, they both do it together. And me and my dad, we're doing it together. And now me and my son, we're doing it together. It's family. We got all my uncles involved, and it's what we do. We go to the racetrack on Saturdays with our families. I raised both my kids at the track just like I was raised there, and Matt was raised there, and we wouldn't do it if it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
So,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Did we have a chance to thank your sponsors, Jimmy?
No, but I would like to thank them all. Grand Appliance and TV, Bullseye Boring, Goodwin Performance,
The
Herminator, Kenny Herman, who is here today with his old pickup truck. Supporting this RLB Hydraulics, Collins Cuts and Landscaping, Sensi by my wife, Jessica Sivia, Lake County Hose and Equipment. I'm sure I'm missing a few. R&R Tavern up the road, just up the road here on State Line. And I think that's about it.
Wow, that's really cool. And you're racing the entire Wisconsin wingless schedule.
Yeah, that's the plan. We'll run the whole schedule. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to competing for another championship and get some wins.
I can't tell you how much fun we had with you guys. Larry Roebuck, the 50% crew chief. Colin, the other half of the crew chief with Jimmy Sivia. And hanging out here, having a great time with Goodwin Performance is represented as well. And Larry, thanks for everything you do. This trophy means a lot. And I hope you enjoyed our discussion. This is why we do this show. We love talking to people, love finding out more about what they're doing. And it's all about how much we enjoy going racing as a family. Thank you, Larry Roebuck. Thank you, Jimmy Sivia. And thank you, Colin. You did awesome.
Thank you.
We wish you guys all the best. Thank you very much for joining us on the Racing Roundup Show. This portion is brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts in Random Lake. Icon bikes go 25 miles per hour and can go 25 miles between charges. And you can be cooler on a BMRE electric scooter. Brad Miller's Wisconsin's only Icon electric cart dealer and has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. We'd also like to tell you that we had Kevin Swindell on our show this past Tuesday night. Yes, the 6-time Chili Bowl champion as a owner the last 2 years, as a 4 consecutive time Chili Bowl champion. He has a new product called Victory Fuel. It's a beautiful can. This is the Throttle Punch. There's also Lucky Lemon. It is a caffeine-free electrolytes built kid-friendly, no coloring, low sugar, daily vitamins can. No caffeine, no carbonation. Energy. It's not even an energy drink. It's flavored electrolyte water that really is good and hydrating for you. We want to encourage you to get some of that. You can get some on their website, drinkvictory.com, and if you use the code SHOW, S-H-O-W, you can save money at checkout, and you can also support racers by using the code SHOW at drinkvictory.com. Those are our sponsor plugs for now. We got a bunch of sponsors and a bunch of folks to talk to here at the 44th Annual Bars Let's Go Racing Motorsports and Custom Car Show. We're hanging out here at the Waukegan. I know I was going to say Waukesha once. The Waukegan Marina. Come on down and join us. The car show goes till 4 o'clock. It's free. Join the racing crowd. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And attention contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. And who doesn't like more cash? Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Allis and Waukesha. If you have questions, give them a call. 414-321-4134. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Attention race fans. When you need expert tree trimming or it's finally time for tree removal or stump grinding, there's only one name to call, Making the Cut. Fully insured arborists. Making the Cut has the knowledge and equipment to get the job done right in Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine counties. They specialize in removing trees from structures and offer 24/7 emergency storm service. You've probably seen the yard signs. Now it's your turn to request an estimate. Call 414-750-2525 or visit mtctree.com. Make the right call, race fans. When it's time for expert tree work in your yard, it's Making the Cut. Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
At Automatic Transmission Design, we know your vehicle is important to you. When your transmission needs servicing, take it to the best. ATD in Germantown, Wisconsin. ATD understands how important it is to get your vehicle fixed right the first time. When you take your vehicle to ATD, our ASE-trained technicians will run diagnostic tests to pinpoint the exact problem and answer any questions you may have before repairs begin. ATD has been providing high-quality, honest repairs to customers for over 15 years. We service all makes and models using the best parts and equipment available. When you come to ATD, you will get an honest assessment of the problem, simple explanations, experienced technicians, competitive pricing, high-quality parts, and their 100% guarantee. Money is not the goal at ATD. It is the result of fixing the problem and returning the vehicle to you. That is their goal. The next time your vehicle needs quality transmission service, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is a fun afternoon to join us. You're welcome to join us every Tuesday night on our show. We're back at Polly's Pub and Eatery this coming Tuesday, April 23rd. Looking forward to seeing you there. And we got a lot of great guests on our show. It's already posted on our website and Facebook, RacingRoundupShow.com, and our Facebook page, The Racing Roundup Show. Hey, if you're looking to sell or buy your home or commercial property, choose the Rapina Group, Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with the Rapina Group. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Visit rapinagroup.com. Tonight is the scheduled spring trifecta. All 3 series will be in action at Beaver Dam Raceway. The bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series, the AFS Badger Midget Series season opener, and the Wabam Dirt Kings Tour Dirt Late Models. That's tonight. Gates open at 2:30. Racing at 5:30 at Beaver Dam Raceway. Hanging out here at this beautiful show. Sun is shining. Could be a little bit warmer, but guess what? We're warmed up by all the great cars and the support that Mike Babbitts has gotten for this program. Let's welcome in a couple more guys to our show. Racer Ryan Marshall and his friend John Curcio. Guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
John, I want to talk about that trophy. We saw it in our last segment. MLS is a big supporter of this program, and I want to tell you, I didn't know this was your dad's trophy that we were showing off that had Larry's mobile name on it from 1969. Yep. Your dad won Best of Show here.
Yep. When Babbitts had his show at the Belvedere Mall, I believe. So that was back in 1989.
What kind of car was sitting in the MLS Auto Clinic shop back in the day, the race car that won this trophy, or was it a show car?
No, it was a MRA modified.
Okay.
So it was a Pogo chassis. That's about all I can remember.
Now, how far away was the shop from your house?
Well, my dad, he raced out of his garage in Racine.
Okay. So. A little further away.
Yep.
Did you go to the track every week and help him out kind of thing?
As much as they let me.
I know the feeling. We all kind of got bit by the poison early in our lives. It's kind of neat to see that here. What is MLS Auto Clinic? What do you guys do?
Well, I don't work with. I work with Ryan. I'm the crew chief on Ryan's car.
So okay. All right. Okay. I'm trying to get the family together. So, Ryan, it's your job to tell us what MLS is.
Yeah, so MLS is the owner of my car. They own an auto shop in Paddock Lake.
Okay.
Conveniently located off of Highway 50 behind Bumper to Bumper. Eddie and Debbie Boyd are just a huge part of our sport in this area. I mean, you can see Collins cars out here. I mean, if you walk up and down the pits at Wilmot, there's got to be 10, 15 cars with MLS on it. You know, so it's just a huge part of our sport. And, you know, Mike's putting this great show on, and Eddie stood behind him, and I'm the lucky one that gets to hold the steering wheel of Eddie's car.
So we've had Ryan Marshall on our show before. We've had you in the mode and mindset of in the race season. how wound up tight are you right now, knowing that practice is going to be tomorrow, not today, and you're not yet in a race car yet for the year?
We actually practiced last Saturday.
Good. Thank goodness. So you got a little bit of that
yeah.
anxiety twisted out of you.
Yeah, me and John got to go scratch the itch a little bit last Saturday, so that was nice. We weren't really planning on practicing today, so it's not that big of a loss for us. But we're getting pretty excited for Plymouth next Saturday with the Wisconsin Wingless Series. It's been a long winter. I swear these winters keep getting longer and longer the older I get, you know.
Hang out driver Ryan Marshall and his crew chief John Curcio. We talked about the trophy and John's long-standing history with it. The Wisconsin Wingless, John, I'm telling you, this series continues to be impressive and continues to be more and more stiff competition.
Yep.
And it's a lot of experienced guys and a lot of young guys that are like bloody fast right out of the box.
Yep. A lot of young kids, and there's a lot of old veterans out there too. So, and it's always close. The points come down to the last race, the last lap. So you never know who's going to get it.
Ryan, you've been involved in the championship fight. It's got to be cool knowing you've got the satisfaction of having that accomplishment, but also the hunger is still there, right?
Oh yeah, we're really hungry for this year. Last year was kind of a struggle for us as a team. Driver made a couple of really big mistakes in the middle of the season and buried us all. But we had finished on a really strong note. I think we had like 8 or 9 podiums in a row. We ended up with 3 wins at the end of the season. So. Nothing really too much to complain about at the end of the season. Spent all winter building a new car. Unfortunately, I had to put my car owners through that after junking some stuff last year. But we're ready to go, and we're really looking forward to it.
So Eddie and Debbie Boyd's business is on Highway 50 in Kenosha, right behind what store?
It's in Paddock Lake.
In Paddock Lake, I'm sorry. Yep.
No problem. In Paddock Lake, right behind Bumper to Bumper on Highway 50.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And I think that's one of the people involved with your team. Who else is involved with your car? Ryan, going after another championship in the Wisconsin Wingless.
Yep. So we got Don's Machine Shop. He supplies us with our engine program. The Blast Shop, T-Max Saloon, Gambler's Tavern, DRC Racing Chassis. All the fans that buy merchandise, that's a big help for us, you know, helping us get up and down the road during the season.
And you can find it online, I'm guessing, too, right?
Yep. We're
Not
online
just behind the trailer?
Yep. We're online, RyanMarshallRacing.com, Marshall Racing on Facebook. I also got a personal Facebook page, Ryan Marshall, and I'm on TikTok, Marshall Racing also. So we got a couple different platforms, and this is John's actually my crew chief, so he's the one that gets to put up with all my crap when the stuff's not going right. So we like to have fun with each other, and looking forward to doing it for another year. We found some success over the last couple of years, and
That's
here we go.
Great. So, John, the good news is when he's on his phone, he's actually trying to sell T-shirts, not just trying to find out what's going on TikTok.
Right.
But that's another aspect, John, really. I mean, think about it. You've got to be performing. You've got a show. You've got to be available.
Yep.
All the while getting the work done.
Yeah, got to present the sponsors right. You know, it's they're hard to find nowadays, and not too many people want to spend money on race cars, unfortunately, nowadays. So when you do get lucky enough to put somebody on the side of the race car, I think it's really important to represent them the right way and put as much advertising out there as you can. That's kind of your job at that point.
A lot of work goes into it, John. Who is helping you? Give us a glimpse of a week mid-season. Give me middle of June. You have a race on a Friday, a race on a Saturday in the Wisconsin Wingless. What's your week like starting on Monday?
Monday, it's unload the car, wash it, get it up on stands, take it completely apart, put it back together, and go race.
So that's Tuesday night, part of Wednesday maybe?
Yep.
Lock her down, nut and bolt checking on what, Friday morning, or you do it at the track when you get there Friday, or is it already done in the shop?
No, it's done before we go.
Yeah, I figured as much.
We believe in showing up ready to go.
And where's the car, whose shop is it at, Ryan?
So actually it stays at my mom and dad's shop, which is kind of cool because I grew up racing in my dad's shop.
Oh,
it's,
cool.
It's kind of cool to be back there.
Yeah.
Get the camaraderie of my dad being around. You know, he's old school, so he's always got a better way.
And I'm sure he loves being around it.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
He's got the poison just like the rest of us standing out here freezing our butts off at a car show right now.
Yeah. Hey, it's really great to have you guys on. Thanks for being part of it. Thank you, Eddie and Debbie, as well, for their involvement on the program and really getting things going. I mean, they sponsor the hats for all the participants here today, and it's another part of that racing family. Want you to support their business in Paddock Lake on Highway 50, MLS Auto Clinic, and Ryan Marshall Racing online, and check out their great schedule. And John, we'll see you in Victory Lane soon. Are you be the first to Victory Lane, or are you like the last guy there where they're waiting on you for pictures?
I'm the first one there.
I love it. John Curcio, Ryan Marshall, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for spending some time with us here at the 44th Bars Let's Go Racing Motorsports Custom Car Show and Motorsports Show. We're coming back with more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Since 1997, Weir's Machine has been innovating the finest products in the racing industry. We also manufacture the Ultra Force load machines and develop the Ultra Force suspension software, which allow you to take your program to the next level. Proudly made in the USA, champions across the country choose Weir's Machine and Ultra Force to take them to victory lane. Shop now at weirsmachine.com and ultraforcetech.com.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jill Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Belansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're hanging out with you on a DeAngelis Construction Roadshow afternoon here in Waukegan, Illinois, at the Waukegan Marina. We're along the harbor. It's beautiful. We're on Harbor Drive, actually, Harbor Place. And if you want to find out the address, it's easy. 55 Harbor Place in Waukegan. But don't go to Harbor Drive. Go to Clayton. Hang a left at the sign that says Bars Car Show. Boom, this way. Find these beautiful cars, custom cars, race cars. They're continuing to show up. I hear something idling with a 4-cylinder engine. It might be that. Oh, yeah, it's a Bandit. Yep, the black and maroon number 11. Who's that, Mike?
Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson.
See, he would know.
Our champion.
Yep, there you go.
Sponsored by Bodycraft.
The Champ's car is rolling in by the Bodycraft display, which also has the Cuck's House car and the Wilmot Pace truck. Something thematic about that, isn't there?
Yes. Well, and Bodycraft is kind of involved with all of it.
Exactly. Hey, that's cool. Hey, this portion of our show is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by Pathfinder Chassis and Wagner Automotive. The Joe Shear Classic 36, presented by Club Lamarck, is on Sunday afternoon, May 5th at Madison International Speedway, along with the ASA Midwest Tour. For series info and their 2024 racing schedule, visit MidwestTruckSeries.com. And again, we encourage you to stop by and get some Victory Fuel at your nearest location. There's 3 stores in Wisconsin, 2 in Madison, 1 in Green Bay, all Hy-Vee grocery stores I'm talking about. You can find their locations at drinkvictory.com. And if you go there and buy some Victory Fuel, use the code word SHOW, S-H-O-W, and you can actually save money at checkout by using that code, and it goes to our show involvement. So we can do more cool things like this, hanging out with Mike Babbitts, and we have Kaylee here from Riddick's Ride. There's a display over there. I got excited when Kaylee came over and said, here's what we have going on, and now we get a chance to tell other people all the great things you're doing. Kaylee, thanks for coming down to the show for a few minutes. What do you guys have activity-wise going on today?
Well, thank you for having me. We have Riddick's Ride's tent over there. We've got a Plinko board, so feel free to come on over and play Plinko. We've got color-changing cups. We've got little fidget balls. We've got sunglasses, all the fun stuff with Riddick's Ride logos all over it. So we're just out here kind of explaining what we are and how we support the medically complex community, and we're lucky to have the 99 car reach out to us and have us out here today, so thank you.
So you guys have a cause-related fun activity, but more important, the messaging. Give us deeper into what you guys get to do to help some families.
Okay, yeah, so we raise awareness for medically complex children and their families. We have a lending garage that supports those families, and we give equipment free of cost, wheelchairs, standers, things that just make day-to-day life easier and more accessible for children with complex medical needs, because insurance doesn't always cover those things. So it comes with a high cost, and if we can kind of take off that financial burden for those families and give them the opportunity to live day-to-day life like we can, it's really beneficial to them and being able to adapt to the quote-unquote normal that we have.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a calling. It really is. Where can we find out more? If we can't stop by today, where can we find out more about Riddick's Ride?
So we do have a Facebook Facebook. We have Riddick's Ride on Facebook. We've got a website, www.riddicksride.org. We're on Instagram, and you can just kind of reach out to us through any of our social media platforms. So,
is this a area or a national or regional type of effort?
So it started as local. We're out of Island Lake, Illinois. We have our lending garage in Volo, but we help a lot in Lake County, but we're not just in Lake County. A lot of our programs, we outreach national, and we've actually helped globally. So we're kind of getting our word out there. So. And
I'm sure that you accept donations of sorts.
Yes, of course.
How can we donate?
Donate through our Venmo, which is Riddick's Ride. We have a donate button on our website on the www.riddicksride.org, and we also have a donate button on Facebook. We also do have a little bucket out there. So.
It's amazing that you get a chance to do this, and it really takes a lot of work. Not only every day to have the ability to help people and get the satisfaction, but it's a lot of work, and then you get to have a little bit of fun.
Yes.
Thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me. We really enjoy being out here and spreading the word. So.
And Mike, I know that cause-related things are important to everybody, and racing is one way to get that word out. We talked about helping folks that you continue to help in a lot of ways in your own time. With people just awareness of what we can do to help, and it's kind of neat that we have this kind of involvement. So that even goes deeper to what this show can do and has done.
Oh, for sure. I mean, she mentioned the 99. Well, I'll put a name to the 99. It's Rob Ball, 5-time Wilmot Street Stock champion. He had hoped to be here, but had some situations come up at home, and unfortunately the family dog passed away, and it's been kind of rough for the girls and Rob and Brooke. So he texted me this morning, wished us all well, wished you guys well from Riddick's Ride, because it was Rob that connected me with her. And he recently sold chances on a door panel from his championship car. And when I saw that, I said, well, would they like to come to the car show? And he said, let me find out.
Yeah,
and
cool.
One thing led to another, and they're here. And we're glad to have you, Kaylee. And she's got a good first name because my oldest granddaughter, is Kaylee.
Wow.
Kaylee Burns.
Wow. That's pretty cool. One more time, where can we find more about Riddick's Ride?
On our Facebook, Riddick's Ride, or on our website, www.riddicksride.org.
Thank you, Kaylee. Thank you, Mike, for being here. Anything else we're going to have more people on this show. Is there anything else you'd like to share about how cool this is and the fun people involved?
Well, it's the good Lord is now, the sun's coming out. I actually saw a fishing boat just go out of the harbor. I mean, there's activity around here. We've got bandits that
I just saw a dark emerald green 69 Camaro convertible rolling past, getting in position here. Hello.
Yeah, and Bella's who is doing the food. The food truck is arriving shortly. Now that there is no practice tonight, some drivers are electing to go to the bar and have a adult beverage.
And Dr. Ken is here setting up for the band.
Dr. Ken with Most Wanted.
Yeah.
They're going to be performing after we're done with your show here. And we've got the bags here, and nobody's playing. I mean,
they're being way too respectful.
Yeah, and there's even a little heating pit right by the bags. You know, I mean, they're all set. And the RC drifters we actually have racing going on here, Jim, out on the roadway between us and the cars. There's drift racing going on.
The Shadow Circuit Remote Control Car Drifting Club is here hanging out. You can have some fun with that. You can talk to these racers. You can talk to the wonderful guys and gals that put together these beautiful custom cars. They like to show off. They're here as well. It's a big to-do. Come on down and join us. The show is free till 4 o'clock to attend, hang out with the racers, and who knows how long it'll go on Mike Babbitt's birthday. It could go forever. Thank you, Mike, for having us once again.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. And again, I just thank everybody that's come out today and supported us, whether they brought cars or just come out and to hang out, and it's just fantastic. And again, I want to thank you for your friendship and your support in this. We will be doing it. The 45th will be here next year, and we will have you back again.
It'd be great. Thank you so much. We're back with more. We're not done yet here on the Racing Roundup Show, live in the Waukegan Marina, hanging out with you at the wonderful display of the 44th Bars Let's Go Racing, Motorsports, and Custom Car Show. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
For your next Purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Since 1997, Weir's Machine has been innovating the finest products in the racing industry. We also manufacture the Ultra Force load machines and develop the Ultra Force suspension software, which allow you to take your program to the next level. Proudly made in the USA, champions across the country choose Weir's Machine and Ultra Force to take them to victory lane. Shop now at weirsmachine.com and ultraforcetech.com.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're hanging out with you in Waukegan at the marina. It's now somebody's playing bags. I love the idea. It's a lot of fun. Cornhole tournament for fun. We've got a lot of activities going on, a lot of cars, race cars, custom cars. Hanging out with you at the 44th Bars Let's Go Racing Motorsports and Custom Car Show. It's going to be fun to see these cars on the track, to see these cars in parades. You get to see them all here standing and hanging out with you till 4 o'clock today. Dr. Ken's setting up the band that's going to be on the stage right when we're done today. Looking forward to seeing you this coming Tuesday night on our show. This portion of the program is brought to you by Allied Resource Recovery. Turn your recyclable metals into cash. ARR has locations in West Dallas and Waukesha. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. I mentioned this Tuesday night's program, April 23rd. We got a lot going on. We'll be live at Polly's Pub and Eatery in West Dallas. Our scheduled guests there include full-time World of Outlaws sprint car driver Bill Baylog will be there in person, who's backed by Wisconsin Proud Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup. Our friend Charlie McCormick with Automatic Transmission Design. He's a racer that's an innovator for champions in off-road and drag racing for decades in Germantown. Owners of Madison International Speedway are Greg and Angie McCarnes. We'll talk to Greg McCarnes about the big Joe Shear Classic, ASA Midwest Tour race, and Midwest Truck Series race coming to MIS in Oregon, Wisconsin on Sunday, May 5th. That big show is $15,000 to win. It's going to have a lot of great racing. And those kind of teams are in action. We're going to talk to Slinger Super Speedway late model rookie driver Simon Seifert as well as coming Tuesday on the show. And Slinger's got a big race tomorrow. We'll be there with the live stream, Dean Strom and I on the live stream. If you can't be there, we encourage you to be at Slinger Super Speedway tomorrow for their big season opener. It's an afternoon show. 5 divisions, including the ASA Midwest Tour versus the Slinger Superlates. 40 cars on that entry list. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see you there tomorrow at Slinger Speedway. If you can't join us, go to tracktv.com or midwesttour.tv. Subscribe. You get all that stuff all year long. It's a lot of fun. And we have a bunch of fun doing that, as well as what we get to do here, hanging out on stage with a bunch of racers. Let's welcome in now Tim Branham, his son Max, and this guy on the end I haven't seen in a while, but, man, we've seen a lot of his great work on race cars because he's a helmet painter. Jack Eschbach. Guys, thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for being here. And, Tim, I'm really glad to see you here with the cars again. You have been a fanatic when it comes to IRA Lightning Sprints. It's something you guys have done since we all of us at this table were in go-karting at one time. It's kind of neat to see you still doing it. Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Still having fun. My dad is still doing it. Shoot, what is he going to be? He's going to be 72, I want to say, this year. And he's still at it, and he's having a good time with it. He was going to join us today, but he had to do some stuff around the house. But he was going to be at the track today for practice, which unfortunately got canceled. But, yeah, we love it. I mean, we have an absolute ball doing the lightning sprints, and, we go back to the mini sprint days when had a couple changes and stuff, and then the lightning sprints came about. And, same cars and same, a lot of the same drivers. And a good mix of old and young, and, it's a lot of fun. I told, a bunch of these guys, Jacob Irwin and Jordan are here today, and they have their cars here, and they're a bunch of young guys and Max, and I've told them all to slow down because I'm getting a little too old to be chasing them. But, it's good to be with them, and, and love the racing with them and all the race cars that are at Wilmot and the go-karts where, my heart's still with them as well. I mean, racing is fun. Just go race.
Yeah, that's where we all met together at Badger Kart Club. And I also want to bring in Max here. Max, you weren't in karting when I was in karting. You were racing cars already. How many years has it been now for you racing lightning sprints at Wilmot?
I think 3, if I'm correct, or 4. Yeah, going into 4.
Okay.
It's just been a hell of a blast in the car these last couple of years, and especially with last year going over to the Honda instead of the Yamaha. That was a big change, brand new car, didn't know what we were doing. Me and my crew chief, my Uncle Phil, we were not knowing what to expect and almost came out with a feature win last year. So we'll see what entails this year versus anything else.
What's the biggest difference between what you had in the Honda and going to the Yamaha?
Well, the biggest thing is bit more horsepower and speed versus the Honda, but pretty much there's not too much of a difference between the Honda and the Yamaha. At least that's what we were seeing because we went with my Yamaha setup for the new car, and the new car liked it, so wasn't too much of a difference.
I saw the difference on the track. I was chasing him with his old motor, the Yamaha and stuff, and then he was pulling me on the straightaway, so I had to get one of those this year. So I got the Honda this year as well.
Oh, I guess the Yamaha and Honda. I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. The neat thing is you guys are ready. More than ready. Yes. Did you get on the track yet?
No, not yet.
Today would have been the day.
Today would have been the day.
Now there's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to tomorrow, thankfully. I'm going to try a brand new setup, just see if it works. Still trying to find the right gearing for the Honda for my car versus anything else because we still haven't hit the rev limiter. So I'm going to try that. We went up 2 teeth trying to just see what happens.
And a lot of it is momentum in what you guys drive. I mean, a lot of it is carrying that speed throughout the entire racetrack, not just getting in the corner right. You got to really be on it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you can carry that momentum, it is key. And, of course, there's that line that you can't cross because then all of a sudden you're sliding, and then that's no good. So you got to kind of it's like anything. All these cars that you race, it's just that fine line is right there, and you're trying to push it to that edge and not go over it. And sometimes you do, and bad things happen.
Yeah, big time. Who sponsors you guys? Who helps you out? You mentioned Uncle Phil. I've known Uncle Phil for a long time. Who else is involved with you guys?
Really, we just kind of like our own team. We're just Brandon Motorsports, and we've just been doing it on our own. And shout out to my mom. She's my car owner, and Grandma is his car owner.
Yeah,
she
good.
Years ago she wanted to have a car out there and not just watch my dad, so she recruited me, and then Max came along, and and Phil raced too for a while with us, and Jessica, as you all know, she raced with us. So, my mom and dad have been a big supporter of us and getting us out there, and it's been a lot of fun. It's a good family atmosphere at Wilmot, and all of racing really, and that kind of extends in the Lightning Sprints, just not our family. I consider all of us family because, somebody has a problem, everybody's on it. And we're going to get you out there because we want to see cars on the track.
IRA Lightning Sprints race primarily at Wilmot Raceway. You can go to IRAsprints.com and go down to the bottom. You see the logo for the IRA Lightning Sprints. That's probably the fastest way to get to you if we can't see at the track at the newly improved, again, Wilmot Raceway.
Yeah.
More improvements in store there as well. Guys, thanks for being here. Stay there. I want to talk to my friend Jack Eschbach. Jack, I've not seen you in a while, but I've seen your work. Jack's helmet painting.
Helmet designs.
But you do a lot of work with a lot of people, not just at Wilmot, but there's a lot of guys and gals racing with your helmets painted. And I know back in the day, I was announcing at Badger Car Club, and Jack Eschbach was racing against my brother. I'm like, man, that guy's got a cool helmet. Look at that, number 25 go. Yep. And you were quick then, and that helmet looked awesome. And was that the first time you got involved in painting your own stuff?
No, I started, I think I was about 15 years old when I started painting helmets. Marty Davis, ex-midget driver.
Number 76 with the Fu Manchu.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He had
mustache.
He had a white helmet. It was pretty beat up. We were helping him, and I said, let me try it. Let me try to paint it. I was always good at building models.
Okay.
Artistic-wise, I had a little talent for that. So he gave it to me, told me he wanted it purple and silver. I took it home, sanded it down, quart of Bondo into it.
I made it 9 pounds.
Yeah. A lot of extra work on it, but we painted it and it looked pretty decent. Danny Boris walked by, and he was friends with Marty, and he looked at it and he goes, hey, I got a helmet. You want to paint it? And then Randy Fiskus. And
these are all Badger midget legends, by the way.
So I started, really with the midgets.
Yeah.
I think the main reason I started painting the helmets is the price. Everybody was so high on their prices, and I thought, I'll try it myself. I started doing it, and it just took off from there.
So how many years have you been doing it for, 5, 6, 7, 10 people as a group?
42 years.
Holy cow.
I'm 57, so I started when I was 15.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yep.
Who can you brag about these days that'll be racing around the racetracks that we go to that will be wearing Jack's helmet designs?
Probably my biggest customer is Bill Baylog. I've done
Heard of him. He's on our show this coming Tuesday. I need to tell him to bring his helmet to the show then. We put it right in front there. We got a spot for it.
Yeah, Bill's a really good guy. And, Jimmy Sivia. I mean, the non-wing class at Wilmot probably is my biggest group of people.
Without the wing, you can see the helmet.
Yeah.
Kind of tell them apart every now and then if they're both red cars.
I think out of the 35 guys that regularly race that class, I've probably done 30 of them.
Wow.
So, yeah, who doesn't have one, I'm going to have to talk to him and see if we can hook something up with them. But, yeah, I've been trying to get into different fields. Like Tony from Don's just got me hooked into the drag racing scene, so I've been doing a few drag racing helmets. And
is that Don's Auto Parts out of Kenosha?
Yeah, okay. Tony Pontillo.
Yeah.
My pricing is a quarter of what everybody else charges, and I can't see gouging people. Most of them, I've probably done more for free than I've gotten paid for.
Well, there's a lot to that, though, because there's a lot of folks that might just have a helmet they want to use in their UTV. They might have their secondary helmet. They want to look like their first helmet if they got a rider with them and a long ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of opportunities, even bike racers, I'm guessing. Bicycle racing, you need certain things, and teams can look the same, and I imagine you could do all that, too.
One of the, I worked at Abbott down the street here for 30 years.
Okay.
And we wore hard hats. That was part of our, equipment that we had to wear. I probably painted 2,000 hard hats. So I had a pretty good name over there for the Jack's designs at Abbott. But no, I just started painting them, and I enjoy doing it. It's really a relaxation thing for me. It's not my full-time job for sure, and I'd love to get into different fields like the midgets, sprint cars, now the drag racing scene. I don't have any mini sprint guys yet, so maybe I'll have to talk to
We'll work on that.
We'll talk about that.
How about that? There's a lot of Branhams, so be ready.
Well, that's just it.
Well, I've been trying to talk him into a car for years, actually.
Jack's a good shoe, man. When's the last time you drove something?
Probably 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
What kind of car?
I just ran karts.
Okay.
The Tag Master Series is
Nice.
what I ran. Yeah, it was great. I loved doing the go-karting thing. It was affordable. Never got into the bigger car stuff because I'm too cheap.
But you also have a lot going on.
I do.
And you can find time to work on a cart. I mean, you don't need 9 people.
Right.
Unfortunately, sometimes comes down to a lot of your own work.
It is, and the karting thing was all me. I just went. Sometimes I went by myself, but up at Badger, everybody's family, and you always had a hand if you needed something. People were there to help, and loan parts or whatever. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I think the wingless class is an excellent class too. It's pretty family orientated, and
yeah.
If you need something, I see people running back and forth between trailers helping out and that. So yeah. Great class.
And you're a big help when a lot of guys are like, I want to look cool. Jack, can you help me out? Yes. How can we find out more about Jack's helmet designs? Where do we find you to say, hey, can you do my helmet?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram. It's Jack's Helmet Designs. My number, give me a call. I'm always open. Just send me a message. My turnaround time's about a week.
Wow.
Week to 2 weeks. So,
wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty quick. I think that's why people are coming to me. This year, I've already done 25 helmets, which is a lot. I mean, I work full time, so it's just my part-time thing, and just really enjoy doing it. I've made so many friends over the years, and I have a lot of repeat customers. So yeah, come and see me.
Jack's Helmet Designs, JAX Helmet Designs, which is where you can find Jack Eschbach. Tim Branham, Max Branham, thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it.
Great
Jack,
seeing
thank you.
Thank you.
Good seeing you again
Thanks
as well.
for having us.
We're back with one more segment, I promise. There's a lot more to talk about. They're here till 4 o'clock. We got to make room for the band here. Ken and Most Wanted is going to be on here momentarily, but we're hanging out with you for a little longer at the 44th Annual Bars, Let's Go Racing, Motorsports, and Custom Car Show. Thank you guys for being on the program. Back with a few more racers, and we'll wrap things up here in the Waukegan Marina, hanging out with Mike Babbitt's on his birthday. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club Points Racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Kowicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
For your next Purger project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is southeast from Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. We want to thank our friends and racers at Schlafer Auto Body for bringing this segment of the program to you live from Waukegan. Schlafer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon is your next stop, the only stop for your next auto body repair. They work with all insurance companies, your daily driver, fleet of work trucks, whatever it is, custom car, classic car. They can do it for you. Do it upright at Schlafer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon. Look up their fine work on their Facebook page. Look and search for their latest award-winning classic car restoration projects as well. Search Schlafer Auto Body on Facebook. Look forward to seeing you guys on our live shows on Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday night, and we've had guests on before. We have guests on now. This is our final segment of our show at the Waukegan Marina, but we do want to welcome in a father-son duo, champions in their own right. Let's welcome in Scott Cuxhouse and his son Tyler Cuxhouse. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. I know there's Cameron's in the middle there, and you got a girl in there, and you got your wife there. There's a lot of Cuxhouse family, but you guys have a beautiful car sitting right over here, Tyler. I know you're a mean dirt oval kart racer.
Yep.
And you've done that for a long time.
Yeah, we did that for about 12, 13 years, and now we're jumping into a sprint car the last 2 years.
And it's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot difference. Bigger track, bigger car, bigger everything.
And you got to watch Cameron go around in circles. You got to help out your dad for a long time. What's it like now having that support behind you and your efforts?
Oh, it's awesome to have both of them, both past champions at Wilmot, helping me every weekend, whether it's on the phone or there with me. Dad's always with me. Cameron sometimes when he can. He's got the kids, so. But yeah, being able to have them really helps, and it's cool that they race there. Now I'm racing there as the last one.
And Scott, I know how hard you worked for a long time, racing, raising a family. Your wife was on the fire crew. I mean, there's a lot going on as you got to race. And now we're at this point, and you got a chance to go race with your son, and you're still Wilmot. You're having some fun, I hope, along the way. This is a pretty neat challenge to have Scott Cuxhouse at the racetrack involved in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I'd still like to compete with Tyler, but my stint of the racing's done. I just don't want to. I don't feel comfortable with myself lately, so I just bow down and spend all my time with him. And unfortunately, Cameron can't race now for a little bit. I mean, he can, but he's raising his family and.
And you are a grandpa now, so you know you got to share
that.
time,
There's that.
not just hanging out with. But it's neat to know that you guys are still involved. How different is it now for you, just the technology and how you keeping track of things? Because you guys were so much dialed in and clued in on the modifieds, and now this is a new chapter for you.
It is because of the non-wing. I did run a wing car, and I also ran one of them kind of guys. I did pretty decent, I think, for the thing, but I just it outnumbered my wallet, so I decided to get out of that because it was. I got an offer on the stuff, and I'm like, I got to get back out of this, and I just couldn't afford to keep up with them guys. And I was too competitive, and I really wanted to be in the.
Yeah.
Really like to run the 410 series, which we ran the 360 series.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just too competitive, and I knew I was. I think it was just too late in my game to do it, and I didn't have the funding to do it, so I went back into the modifieds, and which I think it played out really well. I did it, I understood it, and I had fun with it, and then now bringing Tyler in this car, and a lot of it's really the same, little different offsets and stuff, and I can remember a lot of stuff and still always learning. So, but it's neat, and I really like the class. I like the cars. Trying to convince my wife that he was going in a sprint car.
She was not for it.
Mom didn't want you to do that.
No. Okay. She's helped too many people get out of them with the ambulance. She didn't want me to be the next one.
But, he did get his first one out of the way kind of relatively early. So,
a visit, you mean?
He had a visit.
Yeah?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Grandpa was on duty. He was the first one to come see me.
Yeah, Grandpa was there too. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's it like racing with this car? You mentioned you wanted to do this. You had the passion to do it. You've got the support. What did you end up buying? What kind of car? Who'd you study? Who'd you say, I think I need that for my stuff?
So we didn't want to get into the car unless we had the support, like you said. And Tim Cox was really nice and generous and helped us out. Really taught us everything we know.
Still does.
Still to this day. Yeah. On the phone with him. He's in the shop, but it was his last year, or the car he previously raced, he sold to us.
Gotcha.
And before just buying, it wasn't just a car we bought. We went there, took it all apart, put it all back together with him, and he's been teaching us all the way through it. So it's just really helpful. So we couldn't do it without him and where we're at.
Car looks great. I think there's a reason behind that. It's sitting amongst the other cars that might look really sharp and shiny. Tell us about your sponsors.
So this year we actually got a lot of sponsors, which is really nice. But we got Super Shocks, which is also where I work, but who is the shocks and the suspension on the car, which are really nice to have. LRD, Bean Basements, Kutzler Trucking, JB Earth, Sevzik Race Engines, Bodycraft, which is why it's so shiny, because they painted the body, and it looks awesome.
It does.
Avon Automotive, BMRE, C2 Motorsports, Cook's House of Speed, which is actually him. Big Bill always helps. Chuck Berry, Mortgage Oaks, Ultimate Graphics, which is the sticker people, Ceratec, Victory Lane, and Midwest Motor Coach, which all those people together really help us get there every weekend.
And when are you going to go racing? Are you going to practice tomorrow at Wilmot Raceway?
Yep, we're going to practice tomorrow at Wilmot, and next weekend at Plymouth is our season opener. So we'll be there, and we'll be at every IRA show.
Bring it on.
Yep.
You ready?
I'm ready for it. There's a lot of shows, but we're ready. We're prepared.
Hey, guys, thanks for bringing the car down. I know you had a family obligation. Our thoughts are with your family today. And it's a racing family here we're hanging out with, so I really enjoy you guys coming back on and hanging out with us and showing off that beautiful race car.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Tyler Cuxhouse, as well. We got two more guys, I promise. This is going to be special because, as we talked about, this is the 44th year in the Cuxhouse family. They're involved for a long time. Mike Babbitt's been involved in racing for a long time. It's his birthday, so why not give the birthday boy another chance to bring on a special guest? And the neat thing about this is it goes back to Mike's original days at a racetrack. Mike Babbitt, welcome back to the show. Who'd you bring with you?
I'll tell you, we were having a Ghost Tracks reunion today.
Yep.
This is the guy.
I'm one of the ghosts.
This is the guy that was working at Waukegan Speedway when I started in 1977. This is Jimmy Dean. He was our director of competition, pit steward, and he's been a dear friend for a long, long time, for a lot of years. I mean, he goes back to where it began. And Gordy Sill, gave me my start. And, I'll never forget, I sent him a letter. I said, Gordy, I'm looking for a summer job while I'm going to college, and I like the races, and do you have anything for me? He had me come out and meet with him in the concession stand, and with him and his son-in-law, Les Geist, and Gordy goes, have you ever scored? And I said, well, I keep statistics at basketball games and football games all the time, and Les just started laughing. And he goes, it's not quite the kind of scoring I'm talking about, but we'll teach you. And they did teach me, and my first night at Waukegan, they taught me how to series score by hand, no electronic stuff, no transponders, and they also, I always affectionately say, I replaced John McCarnes. John left Waukegan to go and do ArtGo full time. Mm-hmm. The first night I worked at Waukegan, John walked up, handed me a box of carbon
paper,
and a list and some envelopes, and he goes, do you have a typewriter? And I said, yeah. He goes, that's good. Here you go. Good luck. If you need anything, let me know. and actually, John has supported me a lot. I mean, he opened the doors for me at Milwaukee. He opened the doors for me at Road America. And John used to come to these shows all the time. Mm-hmm. He and Sue were always there.
Yep.
And good people. And Jeff McCarnes actually is going to work with us now at Wilmot. He's driving our pace truck.
Good. One less thing you have to do.
One less thing I have to do. But when somebody walked up and said, look at who this is, do you know who this is? I recognized Jimty Dean.
Jimmy, welcome to hang out with us. How you been doing?
Glad to be here. Good.
When's the last time you hollered at people in the pits to get in order or get lined up, or when pay window opened?
Well, it was every week. But
how recently was that the last time?
Oh, what year did it close?
79.
79.
Okay.
I gave it up after that.
Okay.
It was too much.
But it was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And you cared a lot about people, and that was your family on Saturdays, Fridays.
Yeah. It's a good family to work for. I did everything from selling hot dogs to I did. And you bartended after the races were over.
Sure.
But, yeah, we had a lot of good times out there. I got memories.
And
Good
I'm
memories.
sure there's some you can't tell on this radio, on
yeah,
the radio
no.
or on this show.
No.
The neat thing about it is you're still here hanging out and having fun.
Yeah.
How much convincing was it to get you over here to hang out with Mike today?
A little bit.
Well, and what is kind of funny is well, actually, he's taking a picture now. Billy Fusting actually was working for Gordy at the track, and then started racing in 1977.
Wow!
And he's involved. His son and his daughter are involved in drag racing. And that kind of stuff, and it's just. I mean, this has become. I did it kind of by chance, calling for the Ghost Tracks reunion, and it's cool. Happening.
Yep.
I had an uncle that raced in the 50s, and I can remember they sneaked me into the pits when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And we went all over Wilmot, Rockford, but. That was sort of days.
Yeah, neat to see you here, kind of reliving some of that with us too.
Yeah, it's always on my mind.
Yeah,
yeah, and actually Larry Roebuck began racing back in the 70s, and of course he would tech his car.
Okay, wow, it's coming full circle here.
So it's this is for an announcer to be speechless.
Yeah.
I'm almost speechless here, Jim.
Well, thank you, Mike, for having us. We appreciate it. There's more to come. This show goes on until 4 o'clock today. Hanging out with us here. This is the 44th. And Mike's already said we're coming back for the 45th, so that'll be a lot of fun. Jimmy, thanks for being here.
Great.
Enjoy
Glad
the
to
rest
be
of your
here.
day here with your friends.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for letting us in on your birthday party.
Can I send it out with my signature, and then I'll let you take it, obviously?
Sure. You get the last word,
Okay,
then I'll have a last word.
everybody out there now has to join us, because you know what I'm going to ask you to say.
I think I do.
What do you say, fans? Let's go racing! We'll see you all at the track.
Thanks, Mike. Hey, thanks for
Thank
having
you,
us here at the
Jim.
Waukegan Harbor Marina. It's been a blast hanging out with these car-crazed people. We got a lot of folks on the show, a lot more people hanging out, and it's just another sampling of what we love to do on our show for 40 years going. We'll see you this coming Tuesday at Polly's Pub and Eatery. We want to thank our show staff for being here. They have been here longer than I have. Thank you, guys. Thank you to Dave Schmalzer, Matt Rapina, Mark Goodman, my son Sam Trado, Bruce Blodgett, Faye Hendricks. Thank you for being here again, for making the time. And we've had a lot of fun. And it takes a lot of us, and it takes a lot of you. So support our sponsors so we continue having fun, living our passion out here on this program each and every week. We're back next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, April 23rd at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com. Like our show on Facebook and share with your friends, because we love what we do and we hope to see you at the short tracks really soon. I'd like to send you out by saying what we'd like to say on the program after every show concludes. Set your DVRs, support your local racing, and have at it, racers. We'll see you Tuesday.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember to tell your friends and watch our 30-minute TV show on Milwaukee's CW18 this Saturday morning at 11:30. Like our show on Facebook. Follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Join the racing crowd at our live show and win prizes. For our latest show schedule and to watch all of our shows on demand, visit our website, racingroundupshow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of our entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.